My name is Chris Haw, and I'm a professor of theology at the University of Scranton. And I'm an author of 2 books, Jesus for President and From Willow Creek to Sacred Heart. One of my favorite writers is the Buddhist Thich Nhat Hanh, and he talks about how all of us have deep-seated weeds of anger inside of us. And, or as Jesus said, we have a log hanging out of our own eye, but we're prone to more want to walk around and pick out specks of dust in other people's eyes. The big log in a lot of our eye is this deep anger, and it's been almost a pathology in humans to not deal with that anger. And Thich Nhat Hanh said one of the ways of dealing with that is understanding part of our own father wounds. So Thich Nhat Hanh said he finds people everywhere have some form of a father wound. And we should go into meditation, he says, breathing in, I imagine my father as a 5-year-old. And breathing out, I embrace my father as a 5-year-old. And he says, I repeat this over and over again because in our normal anger wounds, our father wounds, we are prone to just either hate a father or any authority figure that has hurt us. And then we don't transform that anger, but we instead just scapegoat somebody else. We scapegoat our fathers or scapegoat others. And he says, but we have to learn that the people that have hurt us in our lives, or your father was once a 5-year-old. He says, it is necessary to begin weeding out the hatred in ourselves by starting to humanize those who have hurt us, starting to humanize those who we may have inherited hatred from, and start to realize, in the words of a song by Me Without You, if your old man did you wrong, well, maybe his old man did him wrong. And, to really enter into forgiveness means starting to see that all of us are these fragile little creatures that have inherited a long legacy of hatred. And we have to learn how to interrupt and weed out that legacy from being perpetuated by ourselves. So mimetic theory, in a way, what it's doing is it's trying to say that's one of our blind spots. It's a blind spot of saying, well, everybody else is the problem. And me, of course, I'm the one who's right. No, we can't do that. We have to say there are weeds all strewn throughout inside of me. And I have to learn how to start very carefully taking them out and not projecting it onto somebody else, not sort of hating somebody else as some sort of way to solve my hatred problem. That to me is the difficult path. And, I've come to really love Gandhi in the last year now that I've been teaching him more. And so much of his path was attempting that self-purification of the violence in myself. So, Stanley Hauerwas says, I call myself a pacifist because I'm a violent son of a bitch. And I call myself a pacifist so that other people keep me from killing other people. To me, that's honesty. That's owning up to the fact that we have a lot of anger and violence inside of ourselves, that we need to learn to deactivate it in light of a more unconditional and profound love.